Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with mail day number 63. Today is going to be an interesting blend of Jordan, and Jordan. So buckle up, not much. I'm trying to look and see, nothing absolutely super crazy, but I've got some things I want to show you that I'm really happy about as far as progress in my collection. But also I have a question that I'm hoping somebody who's watching this could shed some light on for me. And I've got the PSA Pop Report pulled up to kind of really reflect on what the hell is going on, and hopefully one of you guys can help answer some of these questions. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get cranking. I like to keep these to 10 minutes. I talk fast, but I think this one might spill over because there's some strange label issue with PSA that we're about to look at. And let's just kick it off with it right away. So here's what I've picked up. I'm not sure, it's maybe 10 or 11 cards, but we're gonna go through them relatively quick. Let's start the slideshow. These cards are all in my PWCC vault up in Tigard, Oregon. The first card that I want to look at, and this is where the confusion begins, okay? So look at the label. It's a PSA 8. You guys know I'm collecting Jordans and PSA 8s as well as the high-end stuff. So this is a little PSA 8 refractor, not a huge card. I picked it up and I made a mistake, and this happens a lot, and it's happened to me literally 5 times already with PSA 8s. I already have a card, and then I buy another one without checking to see if I already have the card because I assumed I didn't, but I did. And so this is one of those situations. The front centering is not bad. It's not terrible for PSA 8. The back is horrible. Look at that top to bottom. It's absolute horrible. But look at the label and pay close attention. So when you look at the label, it's 96 Topps Mystery Finest, number M14. So far, so good. And then down there, it says Super Team NBA Finals. There's no mention of the word refractor. So my question to you is this a mistake? And the reason I ask is, let me pull this up. Okay, so here is, I think the same card. I might be missing something here, or maybe I don't understand something. I looked at the back, it looks the same. It's the same card number. The only difference is this says bordered refractor, and this one that we're looking at says NBA Team, Super Team NBA Finals. I think this is mislabeled. I don't think this is Super Team NBA Finals, and let me tell you why. Here's the PSA Pop Report. When you go into 96 Topps Mystery Finest and you type in Jordan, it pulls up all these M14s. So there's an M14 base. There's an M14 bordered refractor, which is what I think both of those cards are. I think both of those cards are called bordered refractor. There's an M14 borderless. We know that's not what we have, not what we're dealing with. There's a borderless refractor. That's not what we're dealing with. There's a Super Team Conference winner, Division winner, NBA Finals, and then there's some other weirdo thing down here, which is a real glitch, and it might just be a PSA error. But they've labeled mine as an M14 Super NBA Team Finals, which I think is a base card. It's not a refractor at all. So I think what I have here is a mislabeled card. I don't think this, I know it's not a base, and let me show you why, because if you scroll to the back and then you zoom in, it says it right under M14, as you can see right there, refractor. So we know this is a refractor card. My understanding from looking at the PSA Pop Report is your only refractor options from this 96 Topps Mystery Finest set is borderless refractor, bordered refractor, and that's it. Those are the only two options. It's the bordered refractor. I'm almost certain, because if I switch real quick, you can tell it's the exact same card, right? It's a little different texture just because of the lighting when you take the picture, but that's it. It should be a bordered refractor, but I picked it up because I thought it was the base, and it's actually the refractor. And so those two, I think I have duplicate copies of bordered refractor. I probably need to send that into PSA to get it relabeled, which they do free of charge. But that's my understanding. If I've got that wrong, somebody let me know. Let's get back to business. Okay, that's card number 1. Again, not a monster. Card number 2, Beam Team PSA 8. Paid a little bit for this one. A mid 3-figure card. Jordan dunking on Danny Ainge. The invention of that velocity pattern on the east and west borders of this card. Just a great looking card. One of Jordan's most recognizable earliest insert cards. I needed it in PSA 8. Here's my pairing. You guys know I love pairings. I've got the card in the PSA 10, as you can see on your screen, and now I've got the card in PSA 8, as you can see on your screen. I still need to put in the work to get the members only PSA 10 and the members only PSA 8. That's going to take some doing, but my eyes are open. If you're selling, I'm buying. Keep it in mind. Easy, easy. Going back to our list. So that's probably the biggest pickup in this mail day that we're going to look at. Spoiler alert. That Beam Team PSA 8. The center stage PSA 8 small card. Love this. Actually have a story. If you go way back and you watch my channel from the beginning, I actually pulled this out of a Skybox Premium box rip, but all the cards were bricked together. So when I took the card off the card that it was attached to, it ripped the whole surface off. I actually keep it over there on my keyboard as a reminder not to buy 90s wax because the glossy cards all brick and stick together and they come out ruined. So it's kept me from chasing center stage inserts from 93 Skybox Premium. I like this card. The PSA 10 is actually a pretty good size card, pretty decent card, pretty hard to find in PSA 10 condition. And the reason is you can't buy them now because they're all stuck together, and there wasn't that many graded before because it wasn't that valuable. And it's a little condition sensitive because it's all dark edges and corners on the front. The back is all white, so you're good to go there. But on the front, it's 4 black corners, 4 black edges. And that's kind of how you can real easy. It's almost like the Scoring Kings. You can just really easily see any wearing on the corners or the edges. And so that's the center stage from 93 Skybox Premium. I really like the card, the simplicity of the design. And I like the bedazzled fast break style font where it says Michael Jordan. Next, I picked up a couple members only. I think I picked both these cards up from the same seller for real cheap. Members only PSA 8s are a little bit harder to come by than just regular PSA 8s. So this is the 93 Stadium Club members only 59 PSA 8 with Jordan holding the NBA Finals trophy. And then right behind it, I picked up the 1994 Stadium Club members only 50 PSA 8, which is a pretty cool card with Jordan and a couple of Knicks in the background. You've got, I think that's John Starks over there, certainly on the left, and you got Ewing over there on the right. But it's like, remember that game Simon, that if you're old like me, you used to play that, where it makes the noises and it's blue, red, green, yellow, and you got to get kind of like, once the noises make, you got to follow it and push the buttons in the same order. I don't know if you guys remember that game. That game used to drive me crazy because it was maddening and I thought I should be better at it than I was, and it kind of reminded me I'm immortal. I don't have very good memory, and if you watch my channel, you know I don't really have a good memory unless it comes to something that I really care about. So that Simon game used to piss me off. That's what this card reminds me of, is that Simon game. Let me know, raise your hand if you're old like me and you remember playing that game as a kid. Comment below and I'll get a kick out of that. My kids actually are playing that game right now. When I hear it, it gives terrible memories. Here's a card I picked up off of a good collector on IG who actually reached out to me. It's a 1997 Collector's Choice Star Attraction Gold die cut. So pretty dang rare card. It's a Pop 6 in PSA 8. And there's only 3 higher graded by PSA. So really rare Jordan card. This is probably the rarest, certainly, card that I picked up in here. That's Allen Houston challenging Jordan's shot. Allen Houston is a Louisville, Kentucky product. Went to Ballard High School. Was an absolute phenom in high school. And then went on to have a great collegiate career as well. And then a very good career in the NBA. He was part of that nasty Knicks-Heat rivalry where the scores were like in the 60s. And sometimes they got into the 70s. But it was usually 60s and 70s. I know that sounds crazy because teams are putting up 80 and 90 and a half, but back in the day, you used to be able to beat the shit out of people on an NBA basketball court, and Allen Houston was in the middle of that. He would have absolutely flourished in today's NBA. He was basically a taller version of CJ McCollum, as the way that I remember him. Silky smooth jump shot, probably even a little bit better shooter than CJ McCollum, but a little bit bigger, stronger, more athletic body for sure, and was very athletic in his younger years. Next is a 1997 Upper Deck Teammates. I didn't know much about this card. I'm almost positive I bought this card in a raw collection, and I finally got around to grading it. I thought it looked way better than an 8. Honestly, I thought it had a chance at a 10, and that's the only reason I graded it. This can't be more than a $15 or $20 card because I don't think it's rare at all, but it's called Upper Deck Teammates. The way that it's shaped on the right side leads me to believe that maybe it connects up with a Will Purdue, no, I'm just kidding, a Scottie Pippen card or somebody, or a Kukoc or a Rodman or something, but it looks like it's maybe you put the two cards together and they connect up, just like those MJ 1, 2, and 3s that we were talking about from Upper Deck, or maybe like the, I think it's 1995 Stadium Club Fusion, where those cards fit together with two teammates. But I think that's what this is all about. I don't know. I'm not familiar. Somebody in the comments, let me know if I'm on the right track there. But you've got combined score on the back. And so it just says Jordan. I was trying to see if it said who the teammate is that it combines with. But it's called Teammates plural. And it looks like the word Teammates is cut in half because you can see the start right here of the next M. So I'm guessing it's just you put two cards together. Maybe it's 3 cards, but I think it's probably 2 cards. I don't think 3 I don't think teammates would be long enough for 3 cards. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'll pick up the other side of it, if it's Steve Kerr or something like that. So card there. I thought I was going to grade better. Next card, and we'll take a look at this. This is a 1990 Kenner, and another example of oops, I picked up another PSA 8 copy of a card that I already have in PSA 8. I'm only looking to buy unique ones of each. One PSA 8, one PSA 10. I bought this PSA 8 without really checking my vault to see if I had another PSA 8, and wouldn't you know it, I have 3 of them. So I've got the PSA 10, which is actually pretty rare and pretty valuable, that I'm really excited about because I love these Kenner starting lineup. This definitely evokes memories of the late 80s, early 90s, but this is the brown Jordan dunking version. There's no card number on the back. If you look at the back, it's just a card, right? There's no number. And so if you're searching for this card, just type in 1990 Kenner Brown Jordan. That's what I do. And then a grade if you're looking for a particular grade. But I've got the 10, and then I've got 2 8s now. So 8 number 1, 8 number 2. So that 8's for sale. If anybody else is trying to collect and wants to reach out to me on IG, I'll be happy to sell it. I accidentally picked the card up. I'd rather actually trade it for another Jordan Kenner starting lineup if anybody that's watching this has one out there. But that's what that is. And so let's keep cranking. Again, I didn't say this was the sexiest mail day. It's a bunch of low-end stuff. The Beam Team's a big one. That Star Attraction Gold's a pretty big size card. 93 Skybox Premium PSA 8. I have the 10. I need the 8. That's it. It's a base card. It's a $10, $12, $15 card. I probably paid 20 and overpaid. 89 Hoops. You guys know everybody's got the PSA 10. This is the PSA 8. This is definitely like a $7, $8, $10 card. It is worth less than the slab itself because people only want the card in 10s, and 9s again, just like people will settle for 9s, but really they want the 10s. And so that's a great card. I remember ripping the hell out of 1989 Hoops. I wish I was ripping 86 Fleer, 87 Fleer, 88 Fleer, but I was not. But I ripped 89 Hoops like crazy because it was cheaper. And when you're a kid, it's like you can get more bang for your buck with no thought towards the future value. So I was ripping the hell out of 89 Hoops. I was honestly looking for Kevin Johnson's and Rex Chapman's and that David Robinson in there. And anytime you hit a Jordan, of course, you were just like, okay, that's good. I can take this Jordan. But it's a pretty good looking color and pretty decent centering for a PSA 8 right there. So that's 89 Hoops PSA 8 to pair with my PSA 10. Same thing, 95 Fleer, number 323. People, I think, call this card Firm Foundation because if you look in real close, you can see it's kind of printed right there in gold foil lettering, Firm Foundation, but it is a base card. It's card number 323. I would call this a base subset card because it's unique. It's not like the regular base card, the 95 Fleer true base, but it's basically a base subset card. It's not an insert card that has pack odds or anything like that. It's just a subset within the set itself. But that's a good looking card. Again, tough to grade. Dark colors on the front, dark colors on the back. There's no hiding there, corners and edges. Not a huge card, not hard to find, but pretty hard to find in a PSA 10. This is a PSA 8 that I needed. And that is it, y'all. Back to the list. The real mystery here is the mystery finest. It is a mystery to me. I think it's just mislabeled. Let me know in the comments if I'm crazy. I probably need to send it to PSA, get it fixed up. The Beam Team's a big one. The Star Attractions Gold die cut here is a card that I'd never seen, but somebody reached out to me who watches the channel, and I picked that up off of them. So happy to add it to the collection. Again, I wish those things could stay straight. And again, it looks like the top left there is a little bit beat up a little bit, and it's probably because of the way it moves in that slab. But PSA 8's PSA 8, and so whether it's an 8 or a 7, if it's got an 8 on the slab, that's what I'm looking to collect. So anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I got tons more mail day coming. I've actually started to buy at a pretty big clip again after taking a couple of months off. I've built up a little war chest, and so you're going to see a few more mail days coming soon. Hopefully you guys enjoy those. Hit the subscribe button, please, for me. If you're watching the channel regularly and you haven't hit the subscribe button, do me a favor, just click it. It's real easy. Hit the like button if you like these videos and you want to keep seeing more mail days, and it helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and it helps me get filthy rich and retire so I can do more videos for you guys. Also hit the notifications button so you know when the next video comes out. Right now I'm putting out videos damn near 7 to 8 videos a week. Sometimes I overlap, just depending if something comes into my head and I don't have any gaps and it's current and I need to get it out immediately. I'll just release 2 overlapping videos. So hit the notification button. I got content for days. If you like soccer, if you like just the NBA period, I've got NBA past and present with a guest host every single week. We're following Zach on his Jordan collecting journey every single week. He's a new Jordan collector, so we talk through some of the growing pains of being a new Jordan collector. We look at what he's bought, what he paid, whether he overpaid, got a good deal, what he's looking to buy next, and talk about the cards in general, and then of course we're going to talk about Jordan, but we're also going to talk about all sorts of cards, top 10 Chris Paul cards, top 10 Jokic cards, you know, the Tatum's best cards, Doncic cards, what they're selling for. We look at indexes, we look at the macro, we look at the micro, we look at basketball history, even some vintage stuff that we touch on, but it's almost all basketball with a pinch of soccer. All the soccer videos are clearly labeled on the thumbnails, so you won't accidentally watch a soccer video. It's very clear. So spread the word. Let your buddies know that I'm out here. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody's time that they take to watch these videos. I know you could spend your time watching and listening to anybody you want to on YouTube, and you choose to watch me. And so for that reason, especially if you're watching this deep into a mail day video, I truly appreciate it. We're at the 15-minute mark, so I'm going to kill it. More to come. Hopefully you guys are having a fun time in the hobby. Prices are starting to stabilize, so beware. Let's keep an eye on that and see where this goes. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. And peace.